I get an athletic scholarship to play football. I signed it August 15th. 9 days later, on August 24th, I ended up killing somebody. Yeah.
Welcome to More Than an Inmate's Girlfriend. I'm your host, Jay. And this week, we got the opportunity to speak to Quan. Quan is incarcerated in Connecticut for a murder that he is guilty of. And what started out as an interview that was supposed to be about his clothing brand and starting that clothing brand quickly turned into a life story of how did someone get here. We're talking about a man who, when he was a child, had multiple opportunities for full ride scholarships. He had his way out, but due to circumstance, due to where he came from, he went down a dark path that led him to be incarcerated in 2011 for unaliving someone. And he talks to us today about that story and what happened to him. And I think it's a story that every young adult needs to hear, because he could have had a very different life. And from what you will hear, people around him did live very different lives. But I also want to emphasize that listen to his story and what he'd been through, what he went through, what his family life was like, who he had to guide him, and where he ended up. So we do get to talk about his clothing brand, and you will hear it. We will post it in the show notes. But his story is one that everybody needs to hear, because in the blink of an eye, your life can change as a young adult, just like his did. And all his potential thrown out the window over one bad decision made days before he went back to school with a full ride scholarship. Days. So once again, it's Quan. And I hope you guys enjoy hearing his story. He's quite the character. He is incarcerated, so you do hear beeping sounds. And it is over a prison phone, so it's not the same as a regular phone call, so keep that in mind. But he's quite charismatic. I should say for the ladies, he is single the last time I heard. So if that piques your interest, let us know. We can definitely get you communication with him. He's a super nice guy, and I think he's learned a lot and grown a lot over the years, and you can really tell it in his voice. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Before we go, remember, please like, share, follow the podcast. If you have any loved ones that are looking to get their books published, go to bestselfpublications.com, and you can follow us on social media at More Than an Inmate's GF on TikTok and at podcast_prisongf on Insta. And last but not least, the catalogs are on their way. They should be here any day, I think, at this point. So once they're here, I will post them on social media. We've got a nice list going, but if you want your loved one to be able to get their own free gift catalog, please go to www.morethananinmatesgirlfriend.com, click buy it, and enter the code J and AJ to take away the cost, and just fill in their shipping information, and you will get a free catalog sent to them, and hopefully get some nice gifts this year from your loved one. So it's been curated by AJ and I, so hopefully you like it, and it's the first of many, so we're really excited about it. And with that, I will let you listen to Quan's episode. Enjoy. Bye. Thank you, Quan, for talking to me today. I really appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, pleasure is mine.
Before we get into your business and your ambitions while you're incarcerated, do you want to tell me about how you grew up and what your childhood was like?
I was born in New Haven, Connecticut, to a drug addictive mother. Life was challenging for me. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. It was challenging. I lost both of my parents by the age of 4. My sister raised me, and it was rough.
Wow.
And not to sound sexist, being raised by a woman, and then she's not my mother, she's my sister. So I'm missing those cool bonding experience that you usually get. 2 things my sister always told me growing up, like me and my brother. She raised me and my brother. Never give up and always keep fighting. When you grow up in the hood and you come from the inner city, it's good advice, but it helps you. But it doesn't help you in the long term of life. You know what I'm saying? When you have anger issues or certain challenges.
Yeah. So were you getting in trouble a lot when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was bad. I ain't gonna lie, I stayed on punishment. I don't know if I can cuss, but I was getting my ass whooped. Boy, yeah. I always had a good heart. In retrospect, as I sit back and I think about it, I just loved hard. I love my family hard. I was always in my brother's corner. I always wanted to follow my older brother and things like that. But when it's a gap, we 4 years apart, you don't want your little brother following you. It was challenging just growing up without my mom and then missing a big void in my life. By the age of 10, I'm placed in my first group home. I've been doing a lot of reflecting now. Being placed in a group home, right? I've never been removed away from my family, right? I've never been separated. So by the time I get out, 11 years old, going on 12, we live in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was rebelling, but I didn't know how to properly communicate that abandonment. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a fault of my own. With DCF and being part of the state, it's a lot of challenges that come with it where you can't be around felons. So my cousin, baby father, at the time, whatever, he was a felon. By me being a ward of the state, I couldn't be in the house or living in the house with a felon.
Wow.
That's the reason that I got taken. And then I get reunited back with my sister. I'm in middle school. Man, I'm bad. I'm drinking in middle school. I'm getting in trouble, you know what I mean? I ain't listening. I'm sneaking out the house. They like, yo, you supposed to be on punishment. I'm just rebelling. And then by the age of 13, going on 14, I lost my cousin. And I carried her casket. That was hard. And yeah, I come from inner city where it's drug dealing, it's violence. It's just real. So going through all that, I got kicked out the crib. She was like, you ain't gonna listen to me, and you're not gonna listen to my girl. So my sister is gay, so she's, yo, you don't want to listen to my girl. Yeah, you can get out the house. I'm like, what? All right, you know me. And I left, and then it was to the streets after that. So I started really running the streets, trapping, selling drugs at the age of 13, 14. And my grandmother had a big part in raising me too. So my grandmother got 12 kids.
Oh, wow.
And I got 25 first cousins. And my grandmother was born in 1927 in Atlanta, in Georgia, matter of fact.
Wow.
She just wanted us to go to school and graduate, right? So I lose my grandmother, right? I'm going to run from the state. I'm a runaway. Every time I see her, you should just turn yourself in. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. When people be talking about abandoned buildings and stuff like that, people that don't know them abandoned buildings, you know what I mean? So we trapping out abandoned or building buildings, things like that. We out in the streets.
Wow.
When I lost my grandmother, that was the turning. That was one of the turning points for me. So I turned myself in, and I ended up going to an all-boys school. So I've been playing sports since I've been like 9 years old. I've always been athletic, very athletic and very good. So I turned myself in. I went to an all-boys school for 2 years, from 15 to 17, around there. Again, I'm removed away from my family. I'm by myself. Some people go to all-boys school or behavior school because they hate that. I went because I ain't have no place to go. So I do that. I play football. I'm running track and field. I'm powerlifting. I went to nationals, winning the national championship. I ended up being the strongest in my weight class in the country, like 6 in the country.
Okay.
So then I had an option to stay there. Mind you, a lot of people is going to college and going to the NFL from this school and things like that. So I was like, nah, I'm ready to go. So I end up being in an independent home. I finish up high school and graduate. So that's the end of part one.
Here I am thinking, you finally find structure, and yet I'm talking to a man who's incarcerated. No. You finally found a good path. So what happened?
Nah. So I go to high school. This is my senior year, right? I was named class flirt. I was talking to all the girls. When you really attractive, you got some swag, you good. Mind you, I've been in a whole boys school for 2 years. I'm rampant. Like, where the girls at? I'm chasing the girls. I'm getting so many tardies, to be honest with you. I'm late. I'm walking to different girls every period. Every time. So I get to high school, my senior year, wealthy town. They don't know me like that. I have gym class. I'm 5'10", right? I'm like super cut up. I'm like 181 pounds. I can deadlift over 525 pounds. I'm only 17. We having gyms. We playing basketball. and we just having fun. And they like, yo, you play football, you play sports? I'm like, yeah, da, da, da. I'm like, yo, I know when I get on this football field, I'm taking somebody's job. I'm taking somebody's spot. I don't care. I'm the top 4. So I go to high school. I end up getting a girlfriend, right? I end up getting a girlfriend, and I was not ready. I was a terrible boyfriend. When you get older and you look back, sometimes you're not proud of your behavior.
Yeah.
For me, she ended up being like a high school sweetheart. I ended up getting her pregnant twice. And when I get her pregnant, I have an option to go to the clinic with her.
Yeah.
But they already told me, like, yo, if you miss any more classes, you're going to have to stay back. I'm like, I ain't about to stay back. I'm selfish. I'm self-centered. So I'm like, no, I can't go with you. So she went through that by herself, and we end up breaking up after that. We end up getting back together. She was beautiful. I end up getting back with her. I take her to my prom. So me and her go to prom. Then I get a scholarship, right, to go to a historical black college.
Oh, my gosh.
Boom. So I go. Now, I'm being honest, right? I'm being transparent. So I leave, I want to say, August something to go to college. Me and my sister is back in communications. We're talking. She catches a case, a drug case. She got to go to jail for 4 years, right? So on the weekends, I'm going to see my sister. I got a motorcycle. Me and my brother on the weekend be racing motorcycles. He got a Yamaha, I got a Suzuki. I'm having fun. And this scholarship, my sister has to turn herself in. I go to college. This is now my first time ever being by myself. No type of guidance, right? I don't have budgeting skills. I don't have money management skills, not financial literacy, and all this stuff that you eventually learn. I don't have none of it, period. So I get down there. I find out I can't play football because my grades, I didn't pass the clearinghouse, this thing that makes you eligible to actually play football. So basically I got to sit out a year. So I get down there. Yo, it's eye-opening. I'm going to be honest. I don't really like school. School ain't really for me. I'm like,
That's fair.
I don't have the studying habit. It's just terrible. I am not ready for college. So I'm just sleeping with girls, going to clubs, I'm spending money, I'm drinking at this time. I shouldn't be drinking. I'm drinking, smoking weed, and I'm having a lot of sex. It's crazy. But mind you, I'm with my high school sweetheart. When I get down here, this is how these is, right? I'm down here for the semester. So that's 3 months.
Okay.
For 2.5 months, I don't call her. I don't check on her.
You are horrible.
Yes, I was terrible. I end up going on Facebook. I see all these mixed messages. She's, oh, are you okay? Then she ended up telling me before I left, I got her pregnant again. And she was so stressed out, she had a miscarriage. I'm like, wow. So I end up calling her. And like, she found out about all these girls I'm sleeping with in high school and things like that. She just hurt because she was a junior and I was a senior. And she just like, and I was like, yo, don't worry, I'll be back for Thanksgiving. I'll be back for Christmas.
Okay.
So I get back to Connecticut. I'm staying with my aunt, sleeping on her couch.
Okay.
And I got 2.5 weeks or something like that to make a decision, do I want to go back? My grades is terrible. Basically, I'm flunking. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. So my aunt is like, what are you doing? I'm going to the bars out here, outside. I'm chilling with the guys, where I should be chilling with the guys. My aunt was like, if you don't want to go back, you should just transfer and just see if it's another school. So I ended up going to community college.
Okay.
So in the process of that, my sister's the main one that really is the breadwinner. Ain't nobody really want to take care of no grown person. And anywhere I've ever stayed at in my life, I'll always pay some rent. I coughed up some money. I started selling drugs again, right? So I'm running the streets, I'm selling drugs, and it's so enticing because I'm just like, I want to do what I want to do. At this time, I didn't appreciate my freedom. If you never have something taken, you don't really know. So I go to this community college, and I'm going to class a little bit, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't like school. So I flunk out again.
Yeah.
Boom. So now I'm done. I don't even finish the semester. Now I'm just selling drugs, selling dope, selling crack. I'm out there. And that's what it is. Through this course of, say, 2010 to 2011, it seemed like I'm having fun and I'm doing things. I only have a 2-year span where I graduate school in 2009 and I end up coming to jail in August in 2011. I'm trying to be grown and I'm doing all this stuff. I have cars. I'm running the street. Like I said, I always had a big heart, so I'm always like looking out for my family. Yeah, that's how that ends up before I come to jail.
I am so angry at you. I don't even know you. I'm so mad that you dropped out of a full scholarship.
This is how crazy life is. So you know all this stuff.
Yeah.
Let's hit 2011. Connecticut, 2011 is the third per capita most violent place in the United States.
Yeah, which is shocking. I had no idea.
There's nothing but shootings, murders, and it's small. The writing is on the wall. I need to go do something. I know I'm about to go to jail. I have all this talent. I'm going to jail. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
I end up selling my phone that I make money off for a couple $1,000. I end up doing that, and then I make a phone call. I call my high school friend that got a scholarship to go to Penn State, end up going to UCLA and going to the NFL. So I call his dad. I'm like, this is Quan. He's like, hey, man, how you doing? What's going on? We've been asking about you. Haven't heard from you. He basically tells me everybody was concerned. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm out here, and I want to go to school, whatever the case is.
Oh.
This ain't working. Yeah, this ain't working. Like, I'm in the streets now. I'm running the streets. It's real. My job didn't have tattoos, so I got tattoos on my neck and face. This was before things was like how they are now.
Yeah.
So I knew I planned on being in the NFL. I never planned on working. So guys say, do you have one of your highlights? I make some phone. So he ends up calling the coach. I ended up getting a scholarship, $26,000 and $500.
Are you kidding?
Not bullshit. Full scholarship. Yeah. So I get a full scholarship. Athletic. It says NCAA athletic scholarship. I get an athletic scholarship to play football. I signed it August 15th. 9 days later, on August 24th, I ended up killing somebody. Yeah. So leading up to it, it was real. I sell my phone. I think a couple months before that, I crashed my car, and I didn't have no license. So I got the $100 ticket I have to pay. So I asked this chick that I was cool with. She's not my girl. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
She's not my girl. She's my cousin, god sister that we used to hook up sometimes, right? So I called her. At this time, we're not hooking up. I don't want nobody to think this is my girl. She's older than me. I'm 20 at the time. I think she's 29 or something, or like 30. She's older than me. I needed a ride so I could handle this motor vehicle ticket thing so I won't get arrested because I just had to bond out over it.
Right.
So I'm like, let me handle this, pay this fine, so if police ever stop me, I don't have to get arrested. She picks me up. We go to the liquor store. I'm drinking. I think I see my sister. I got 3 sisters. And I go over to my cousin's house. This is my cousin that I got taken from when I was 10.
Oh, yeah.
So me and her is still tight. You know what I'm saying? So we go to her house. My cousin has maybe 7 kids at this time. Right now, she got 10, all by her baby father. But at this time, we got 7. I told you I got a big family.
Wow.
So I go over there. There's Chuck E. Cheese, man. There's so many damn kids over here. We're on a balcony near her husband. I'm like, yo, you want to drink, whatever? He was like, yeah, I got a bottle in the car. Let's go drink. So I tell the girl, yo, let me see your car keys. She's like, for what? I'm like, yo, I left the bottle in the car. Let me see the keys. So we go down there. And we sit in the car, and I remember that I've been reflecting on this stuff. This SUV, and Hood is playing. The song is Hustle, Hustle, Baby Need a House. That song is playing.
Okay.
Hustle, we're drinking. I'm leaning back, and I got the windows like halfway cracked. And he's asking me, I ain't see you in a while. How you been? I'm like, yo, listen, I got a scholarship, and I signed it. I talked to the head coach. He's like, I'm proud of you, X, Y, and Z. This guy comes walking down the street, and for clarity, I struggle with this, and I'm going to be honest. I struggle with this for so long because I never want to even come off like I'm victim blaming. So he's coming down the street. It's a one-way. He's coming down the street. He said, basically, like, such and such is right here. I heard his name before, but I never met him before. I never had interactions with the guy. It ends up being the girl car that I am and her baby father.
Okay.
A lot of information I learned now. I know he just got out of jail. At this time, I don't know he just got out of federal prison and all this other stuff. He's walking down the street. He stops at the car, and he says something to Geronimo. He's like, yo, what up? But it's a new car. And he asks him about her and whatever. He's like, yo, you see her? I think he looked at the car keys or something, And it was like, yeah, this is her car. I went from him talking on the passenger seat to him walking around to the driver's seat. He's pulling on the car door. He's like, get out the car.
Whoa.
So the window was like halfway down, right? It's 4 something on 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's broad day summertime. He can't get on the car door. So he's like, what? Get out the car. So he reaches. And in my mind, I can see it now. There's a car in front of me, a car back. In my mind, I'm like, I could try to start this vehicle because the car's not all the way started. The music is just playing.
Yeah.
I could try to start it, reverse it, try to pull out. This is how my mind working. I got my cousin husband in the car. Like, let me see if I can diffuse this. I'm intoxicated. So I open up the car door, and he's trying to grab the car key. And I'm like, yo, back up, man. You wild. You feel me? Because I'm just a chill dude. I'm aggressive in a sense, but I'm just, yo, man, like, chill, man. You wildin'. So he ends up kind of putting his hand in my face, whatever the case is. And I swipe it like, yo, man, back up. He's like pulling on my shirt, walk up the street with me. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere with you. He's like, man, I'll smoke you right here. So my other husband ends up getting between us. Now we're like parallel to the car. So he's trying to push him out the way. But he's telling him, just go about your business. He's like getting more aggressive. And he's like trying to push him to the side with one arm, but he's reaching. So I ended up having a sawed-off shotgun, a 12 gauge, in the trunk of her car.
Okay.
It's a whole thing, right? I'm in the street. I don't need it no more. I was going to sell it. I was going to end up selling the gun. I end up shooting him like 5 or 6 times and killing him.
Oh.
It happened quick, and I jumped in the car, and I get in a high-speed car chase. So as a kid, what I tell you, never quit and never give up. I leave the crime scene, I turn, I see the police literally in my rearview mirror, and police ends up behind me. So it's more information I find out as I read my police report. A citizen was like, hey, that's the shooter, and he's in this car. So they end up jumping behind me. But I give you some of the details just because I find out from the police report, like my affidavit. The police pull over, right, over the loudspeaker.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, definitely not. I swerve off the lane, I take him on the chase. And I'm like, I'm not going to jail. I'm trying to turn the SUV. You ain't really, this ain't no Mustang. I don't want to glorify nothing. I want y'all to catch these gems and all these kids that's hearing this. I tell this because me and you, Jay, have a mutual friend.
Yeah.
I just always want to tell my story, and I want to do it justice, and where somebody can learn from it. So whatever the case is. So I end up like taking a wild turn, and I jump on the car. I take them off foot. I'm jumping these fences, I'm running. I end up getting caught. And the police like, get down, and all these guns. They put me in the back of the police car. And,
that was the end of your freedom.
Yes.
I
and
know.
It gets worse.
It gets worse? Oh my gosh. You know what? Before...
Yeah.
I didn't know your story, and I thought that we will talk about your business and how you got to that.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how important this story is because you literally threw away everything.
Yes.
In the blink of an eye. You were so close, and it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That this happened.
It's going to be real. I want people to understand that life throws you a lot of challenges. And when I'm telling you stories from the past, I'm trying to put myself at that point in time and that mind frame that I had. You can make a mistake in your life and end up the rest of your life trying to make up for that mistake.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I'm in high bond. So I end up getting a $2 million bond. I understand how things is. I grew up in a community, and a lot of people could say that, oh, I ain't no rat. I don't do this. I stand on business. I stand on 10. I'm for all the smoke, all this. Understand, I never told on nobody in my life. I don't tell on people now. I try to do everything that's right and live my life accordingly. So I'm in high bond, about a month in jail. Some detectives come. I think it's my lawyer coming to see me.
Okay.
And some detectives. And I'm like, what? They come unannounced. And we end up like hustling over the door, right? I'm like, I ain't about to be in this motherfucking room talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I fall stuck on them and yell something out to my back. Yeah, don't worry. We already know the story. Boy, tell us the story. And a couple weeks later, I get charged with a felony murder, a cold case.
What?
So I get charged with another murder. And I get charged with assault first. And I guess another person got shot. So I go to court. I get arraigned for another case. So now I'm 20 years old. I'm facing 125 years.
Oh
A little bit more
my
than that.
gosh.
Probably like 145 years, including assault first. I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. My paperwork, I refuse to cooperate in the investigation.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing to talk about. The truth is, I didn't do it. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But when you come from the community that I come from, you're thinking that when you're in the street, somebody that busts guns and dudes that be selling drugs, these dudes is real. You think people that work a 9 to 5 is the lames and the weirdos and things like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know me being on TV for the case that I end up taking responsibility for, that I end up taking somebody's life.
Yeah.
I didn't know somebody would throw my name in the mix of something that I didn't have nothing to do with to get themselves off.
Wow.
So I ended up having a co-defendant. He's 20 at the time, too. Guy was from my neighborhood in New Haven. My co-defendant ended up having, I want to say, 4 murders, right? Like 4 murders, right? Yeah. So I told you, I come from a violent city, right?
Yeah.
So, like, these dudes is from my neighborhood.
Did you know this guy?
Yeah, I knew him.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I knew my co-defendant. But I didn't do this crime.
Yeah.
And you from the streets. I'm just being honest. You from the streets. Yeah, what you gonna say? I know, and they don't care about that. I refuse to cooperate. And my co-defendant ain't gonna say that I don't got nothing to do with it. And I don't know if he did it. You know what I'm saying? I just know that this individual ended up saying me and him did it. So to make a long story short, charges end up getting dropped, whatever the case is.
Oh, wow. Really?
But no, it don't get dropped like that.
Oh.
No. It don't get dropped like that. I have to fight this case. So I end up fighting these cases for 3.5 years.
Wow.
It takes me 3.5 years, and it was real.
Did you take accountability for the one that you did right away? Did you plead guilty?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I told my side of the story in that case. This is what happened, X, Y, and Z. I did it, but these were the circumstances. And I was just protecting myself.
Yeah.
I thought he had a gun and all these different things. People think, like, when you get locked up 6 months, a year, all this stuff is really wrapped up. It's not wrapped up. It took me 3.5 years. My first offer was 48 years. Accept or reject. I'm like, I'm not taking those 48 years.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't do that. I'm telling my lawyer, like, yo, I didn't do that. I don't have nothing to do with this. I will take 12 to 15 years for this crime.
You will.
I'm like, I'm trying to negotiate. I ain't got nothing to do with that. They don't care about this.
Yeah.
They want crime solved. So through all this, right, now I'm in jail. I'm catching tickets, right, disobeying direct orders, insecurity, not locking up on time,
baby
playing
stuff.
Basketball. Yeah, all baby stuff. I'm
You're just a child.
Everybody, listen,
You're acting like a child.
yeah, maybe 70 people in there for murders.
Right.
So it's no lie. Like, the whole state is basically here. Everybody's here for a violent crime and a high bond. So everybody's bond is over $1 million.
Jeez.
And so I get sentenced.
What did you eventually get sentenced to, and to which crime?
I end up getting sentenced for the crime that I did, and I end up pleading guilty after going through jury selection. My sister was really supportive, the one that raised me, and she was like, yo, listen, take the time. Take the 28 years. So I ended up copping out because me and my first degree with a firearm. She's like, I really didn't want to take it. Sentencing was real. I apologized to the family.
Oh,
Told
you
them I
did?
was sorry. Yeah, I apologized. But they acknowledged that I was under the influence, and we eventually find out like he was under the influence of PPP, and they acknowledged that he was the aggressor. That I never had an altercation with him. I never met him before that day. So I ended up taking 28 years for it.
Wow.
And I've been down going on 15 years. November, I turned 35. And yeah.
2 questions. The first one is, when did the reality hit you that you just made the decision that forever changed your life? Did it hit you, or were you too young and caught up in jail and everything to realize what you just did?
I knew what I did. I had anger issues. I had authority issues. I had a lot of trauma. It was real. It was tough because I came 3.5 years without any type of physical contact. Nothing. I might have a visit or 2 by my sister, and I ended up catching 2 assaults on DLC.
Oh.
And that right there, 3.5, 4 years into my biz. So mind you can't get contact or any stuff for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing 48 days in SEG. I was like going on cell restraint, just terrible. I went through a cell extraction. I was laced and beaten up and all this other stuff. I ended up staying out of trouble for 5 years.
Okay.
I ended up getting my visits back. I'm still with the BS, smoking, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I'm bidding and doing my time. It was like 8 years into my bid.
Really?
And what happened was, it took 8 years. I ended up having this cellie that was like fried. So we call him like fried, like burnt. He was like crazy.
Okay.
He was just different. And I went through a cell extraction. So he's about to take me through one. They're like, Mr. Armour, lay on your bunk, face down, don't fucking move.
Oh.
Telling me my cellie's like acting like you don't want to lock up. I'm like, all right, so he ends up cuffing up. I'm a well-respected dude in jail.
Yeah.
And ends up staying down there. So I don't know at this time, this dude got like hundreds of tickets. But he's threatening and smeared shit until he gets back in the cell with me. At this time, this dude bugged out, so I already made a move to get a different cellie. So I get a different cellie. He works in the kitchen. Mind you, they don't let me out the block. Like, they let me have a tierman job. They don't want me around nobody. They don't want me in the hallway. They don't want me working. All I can do is just be a barber and a tierman. That's it. So this is the tournament. The guy, I don't want to say the names, right?
Yeah.
It's all good, though. But so the guy, he basically, so he's doing all this shit and saying, right? Me and my cellies, right? We balling. And the CO comes and is like, yo, cellie at the time, so they like, yo, you got to pack your stuff, you're moving. He was like, what? Where am I going? And, yo, you're going on a high security ward. Hey, Armour, you getting your old cellie back. I'm like, what? I'm like, nah. I'm like, hell no. They like, nah. I'm like, yo, listen, man, you got to call the lieutenant or captain, man. I'm like, I'm not, this ain't happening, cuz. You feel me? I'm like, I'm not getting him back. And they do what they want, right? It's prison and the politics behind it and people's temperament. You know what somebody really built for. So at this time, I'm a barber. I'm like, yo, listen, man, ain't nobody about to tell me how to do my bid. Straight up. That ain't happening. Like, you ain't telling me how to do my bid. I got too much time for you to tell me who I'm going to live with, who I'm not going to live with. And you know what that dude told me?
What?
He said, listen, I ain't coming down there. You're going to have to do what you're going to have to do. Yeah, and like I said, to the kids, to everybody listening, I don't want to glorify anything that I did or my crime. So I'm just telling y'all straight up where you can learn from it.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to get to it. I'm going to try to speed this up. And boom, everybody locks up. I leave my door open, and he gets escorted back with a CO to come back to the block from SEG. I come out the door, and we walking face to face. He reaches his hand out to try to give me some gap, and I Mike Tyson him. I just crack him. I start whooping him and beating him up. I end up pulling like 10 of his dreads out, and CO's going up, getting punched by the CO. So that happens. I write my brother, right? I say, yo, I'm back in SEG, and don't come see me. So I just had my visit, my contact visit. So this is like my second time after 5 years. I had to wait to get contact visit. So I write my brother, like, hey, man, don't come, man. I just got in trouble. I'm disappointed. And there's been other times where I'm about to fight or this is about to happen, or sometimes you get away with stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, man. I don't want no visits. I'm tired of seeing people behind the glass.
Yeah.
I'm just down. I'm just depressed. I'm just beating myself. My brother ends up just popping up and coming to see me. My brother graduated college, so he got his master's in education.
Wow.
So he comes, and he was like, yo, what are you doing, bro? What is you doing? What you mean? Bro, like, this is what you want of yourself? This is how you see your life? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, listen, what is your goal? What do you have? I'm like, oh, no, I don't. I'm not thinking. I got 28 years. I said to get home. I want to go home.
Aww.
He said, okay. He said, do you know what strategic means? I'm like, not really. He said, listen, strategic is when you long-term, strategically, logistically, whatever the word,
Yeah.
you think about your problem, right? Or your goal. You long-term strategize. He said, what you need to do is, every time you face a problem, every time you're thinking about doing something dumb, you need to ask yourself, is this going to get you home?
Yeah.
Is this going to get you home? If it's not going to get you home, don't do it. After that advice, that's what I started doing. Still doing little stuff, but stay out of trouble. And this program is coming around, and they call it Turning Point. And turning point is when outside high school kids, at-risk youth, and college students come. So at this time, I'm out of trouble. I sign up for college. The first college class I take is a criminal justice class where it's 10 college students that come from the world into prison for a whole semester, and 10 jail students.
Yeah.
So they select me. I'm one of the 10. I got passed over a couple times, but I end up getting selected for this criminal justice class with 10 college students. They give you all these instructions, don't do this, don't do that. So my professor, he's great. He's a good dude. Through all the criminal justice and all that. And today, I got 30-something college credits. I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm everything with my grandmother and then wanted me.
Finally.
And yeah, finally, I'm doing right. I end up talking to a high school kid through this warden. So they let me do the interview process for the program. I ace it. Boom. I get selected. He tells me I did a great job. And in 2 years, I talked to 200 high school students.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
How was that?
How was it? Oh, it was great. I loved it.
You would do great.
I was doing great. I was telling them my turning point for letting me to jail. I ended up getting selected for CNA program. And I ended up being a CNA. CNA shortage in other jails. So I volunteered to transfer jails. And I knew by me leaving, maybe somebody else could do some good and tell their story. I decided to leave that jail and come to another jail. And I've been doing just good work and just helping out, teaching people how to read and write.
Wow.
So it's different. I'm in a lower level now, so I'm on my way out. I'm on my way home. I should be home next year.
Be home next year already?
Yes, that's the way it's looking. Yeah.
Wow.
I should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I was a juvenile. I was 21.
Oh, yeah, young offender.
Yeah. Percent of your time.
Okay.
Yeah, you only have to do 60% of your time.
Wow. As I'm listening to you and I'm hearing your story, obviously there's a million things going on with it, but I've always wondered with someone who's taken someone's life, how did you deal with that and process that? Have you yet gone through that process of...
I did.
Yeah.
I took grief classes.
Okay.
I did. I took anger management classes. I took every program that's possible in DLC. I have accomplished and did. I donate money to nonprofits, tell my story. I work with nonprofits, organization programs. The grief class I took, I didn't know you could grieve about. I thought you grieve about loss of parents. I didn't know you could grieve or loss of freedom.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could grieve about damn near anything. I had to tell myself, oh, sorry. Not just to his victim, but to myself. I had to forgive myself.
Yeah.
For just not listening. Forgive my mom. I'm not trying to push blame. My mom dying from drugs.
Yeah.
My sister. Just certain things. And it's just look back in retrospect and it's like, how did I end up here?
Yeah.
Where was the checks and balances? Where was this? I did a lot of reflection. I tried to make amends to some females that I end up breaking their heart or just womanizing. I did a lot of reflection. Now I don't drink, I don't smoke, just because I want to go home. Don't get me wrong, I think about drinking and smoking sometimes when you go home, but in jail-wise, no, I do everything that I need to do to stay out of trouble. But yeah, no, I reflected a lot on my crime, my case. And
I feel like that's the best thing that you could have done is heal the parts of you that led you down that road. I can feel it when I talk to you that you're not just bullshitting it. You really do feel that you've done a lot of work on yourself.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. So I end up reading my transcripts a couple of years ago, the day I get sentenced. And my victim grandmother, you know how you hear somebody, but you don't hear them? This lady tells me, she says, I hope while Quan is in jail, he can help other kids from going down the wrong path.
Wow.
And tell his story. Basically, she speaks a whole parable with my life. And I'm like, yo.
Hey, it's AJ from More Than an Inmate's Girlfriend podcast. Our new More Than an Inmate's gift catalog is out, and it's free for a limited time to send to your loved one. We know that just because someone is incarcerated doesn't mean they don't want to make their person feel special, but sometimes they don't have a way to do it. That's what this catalog is for. Visit morethananinmatesgirlfriend.com and enter the code JANDAJ. That's JAEANDAJ to send the catalog today. Because being incarcerated doesn't mean they stop wanting to show effort. Sometimes they just need help doing it.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Yeah.
Truthfully, that's what I dedicated my life behind. I know you didn't get to the businesses and all that stuff that I'm doing. I said, literally, I'm on that. And it's so crazy, right? Because it's like, I've been on this journey, 6 years now? And it's been challenging. I reach out to people, try not to cross boundaries. I work in the medical field. I work with like dementia patients now.
Wow. Are you proud of the person that you became?
I don't know. I am.
You should be.
Yeah. You're not going to tell everything, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I know why God put me on this earth. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to give back. I'm going to spread love. I'm going to show love. I'm going to show people what redemption and second chances look like. So I thank you sincerely for the opportunity to tell a little piece of my story.
I want to talk about your clothing brand and what it is. Tell me about it.
Oh, tell you about the clothing brand. In my clothing brand called Say No More, Amor, A-R-M-O-U-R. That's my last name. It means love in Spanish. Saint stands for giving back. Amor means love, so it's about giving back instead of love. Say No More.
Wow.
Why I wanted to do it, I always like dressing. When you come from where I come from, like the projects, my mother on drugs, I've always been athletic. I didn't know I was like this handsome. Not even like trying to sound like a narcissist. Because people see me and they're like, yo, he is goddamn attractive. He's too attractive. Why he's in jail? All the good looking men is in jail. They do all this stuff, but people don't know my past. I sit and I'm just like, so I sit in jail and I'm like, what do I want to do? I always like dressing. I always like clothes. And literally, like when I was coming up with it, I'm reading mad books. I read a lot, for real. And I'm studying brand. I get GQ magazines. But before I even start really getting how to build an empire, I get this euphoria feel, right? I get a passion. Like, I'm high. I can do this all day. I love talking to kids and at-risk youth and telling my story. But I love clothes. I love coming up with creative ideas, schemes, and just putting that dog on. We call it the dog. I was like, oh, you got that dog on. You wearing that drip. I really genuinely love doing a lot of that stuff, and I knew that was my calling. I was just always saving my money. So I live off donations. We call it donations is because I don't have no money out there. I've been in jail over 14 years, going on 15 years. If I save it or I spend it on commissary, literally, Say No More launched last year. It's been really difficult, like super difficult, because do I go hungry or do I invest money into my business?
Yeah.
And there's been times where I don't have food in my locker because I spent out $200 when I shouldn't have spent out $200. But yeah, it's my calling, and it did not work. So I love clothes. I want to give back through my clothing brand and spread love.
Wow.
My content, I come up with all the content. Yeah. I'm just at that point where I just want to see you happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I lied enough in my life.
You have 1 minute left.
Cheated enough. So now where I'm at, I'm happy.
Yeah. I think that's what's most important. Before we go, what are you going to do on your first day out?
First day out?
Yeah.
Spend time with my family.
Aww.
FaceTime my nieces. And see what the world's got for me. And it's going to be some great things. Shout out to y'all, everybody that's listening.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing what happens with you, because I really think that you are meant to do good things and your story needs to be told. I hope you continue telling it because it's powerful.